Peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. I love you unconditional and not in the bed. Always to the Most High God for being number one in my life and number one in my household. He is the head of my life and the head of my household. And so I do owe him all the respect. Yes. Yes, I do. I can never give him enough. Never. And because His grace and mercy endureth forever more. Yes, it do. And I am just a poor little ratchet something, being able to be interacting with Him, entertained by Him, even chosen and elected by Him to do certain things under His command. And so, with all of that being said, I'm so happy that He loves me. Yes. But anyway, getting back to this video here, it's just a video. That's all I can say. When I'm done with this video, that is it. Until tomorrow, I will be going live tomorrow morning, pretty early in the morning. And then after this live, I am going to start setting dates for my lives, so I can invite people on my live, so I can have hosts and interact with everybody else on these lives, and they won't be, well, I don't know, I probably have to go live a couple of times, because I won't be, I like going live like in the evening or early in the morning when the traffic is not, the traffic is great early in the morning, especially 3 o'clock in the morning. You get all kind of, that's when the people with the money come out. And so, yes, it is. This is when the people with the money come out. And they be doing their little shopping, they be doing their little likes and views and stuff like that. So, yeah, so you have some interesting people to hop on your live then and be supportive, And I tell you, that mucus be always about to choke me. And I was doing so good without a cough drop, wasn't I? But I know that's only going to work for so long, and I got to get one because if that happens again like it just did, oh goodness, that's going to be trouble. Hold on a minute, sorry about that. Yes, it's crazy how I have to have these cough drops, especially the coughing part. It's like I don't come completely out of the coughing. You people hear me coughing, but you hear it sounding like it's dry, but no, that's a deep cough. And the mucus covers up that airway passage, and that's why you hear me, and try to pull myself up out of it, and I don't usually come up out of it very well. And that's what caused me to be in the hospital the first time, and that's why I was in there so long, because that's what they were working with to try and get it to where the mucus would not cover the airway passage. And then they sent me with some Robitussin and other things that I got to take, and so, yeah, it's the therapy would have been good, but I don't think I'm gonna get any therapy. That's been 2 weeks ago when I was supposed to have been off of therapy. When I left the hospital, I was supposed to went first straight to a facility to receive this therapy. You can't wait 2 or 3 weeks later and try to give somebody therapy. I just pray to the Most High God, and I pray that all is well. And I pray, and I thank that guy that got on here and left me and hit my inbox about the Swiss moss, sea moss. And he was explaining that it's good for all sorts of respiratory problems, any kind of respiratory problem. It's even good for people that smoke heavy, you know what I'm saying? So I said I was going to try some of that too, because I'm all for anything natural. I am. But somebody somebody had mentioned sea moss before to me. Way before I went to the hospital, they said, you need to get you some sea moss. And so I really never paid any too much attention to it, when they said that. I didn't really think that they were talking to me or anything, so I ignored it. And then I ended up in the hospital, and then as soon as I get out, well, not as soon as I get out, then I just recently hear about it again, and I'm like, oh wow, somebody told me that way before I went to the hospital. If I had listened, I probably wouldn't have ended up in the hospital, really. I would have never ended up in the hospital. Wow, that is something. Yeah, but I did end up in a hospital, and geez, I tell you, it's I don't know if it's a challenge to get my strength and everything back, or if it's not a challenge. I'm confused with it now, because I thought I was doing a good thing. I'm not walking as slow as I was. I'm still walking slow, but not as slow as I was. And I don't even really think that any of that has anything to do with my breathing or anything like that. I think that's coming from the sciatic nerve, from laying on that gurney for so many days on my back in that one position, because I couldn't turn to my right or my left because there was a IV in the left, and then they had all this other stuff wrapped around me and on my arm and all that. The thing with the the thing with the stimulator for the oxygen check was on the right hand, and the IV was in the left arm, and I'm like, why couldn't they just put everything over there? It was ridiculous. I couldn't do anything but lay flat on my back, or try to move the bed. The bed. Try to shift the bed up a little, or the legs up, or whatever. It was just really very painful. And like I told them, look, I suffer from sciatica, and my sciatica is really flared up every so often, and I do mean every so often, they will bring me a patch. But I got approved for my Novocaine patches, but I didn't get them. I only got maybe out of the 10 days that I was in a hospital before they discharged me, and then I had to go back for 5 more days. I could truthfully say I probably got about 4. Probably got about 4 of them, and that was it. And nothing else, and that was crazy. So, yeah. But I thank God that I'm out of the hospital, and I thank God that I'm making the little improvements that I am, and I know these little improvements are going to open up doors for greater improvements. So, and then I'm right on task with all of my channels, so I think I'm doing good now. And I'm making sure that I get my proper rest, and backing away from these channels and stuff like that too. And so, yeah, I think that's why I've been getting up so early in the morning, feeling so vibrant too. Well, that has a lot to do with leaving a negative situation. And the moment I left there and stepped out on faith, that's the moment that seems like everything started working for the good for me, for the better, because that environment was very, very negative and toxic. For those of them that wanted to, for those of them that wished to have did me wrong or did some type of harm to me, they were really definitely trying to do some type of harm to me or do me wrong. It just didn't fall like that, because God has my back. I see a lot of people wearing the gears and the t-shirts and all that stuff, but truthfully, God does have my back. And the 91 angels outside of him has my back too. I'm surrounded by angels. So, peace, love, and light. That's all I have for right now. Say goodnight. That's what I'll say. Good night. Shalawah. Sham.